Old Republic, the MMO. So I definitely good. So
The Old Republic MMO. Oh, I do.
yes,
Oh, okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I played Knights of the Old Republic. That's on one of my banger lists. But dude, I totally forgot about that MMO. I did not. I've never played it. I've watched someone play it, but yeah. So that was a good
it
one.
just immersed you in the game. I mean, really, just immersed you in the game. You could be a Jedi, you could be a Sith, you could be totally different ones. So it's a lot like World of Warcraft, but I definitely liked it. Definitely liked it. So, all right, what are your most played? Marvel, Star Wars.
So most played. Star Wars. It's gonna hard. Man, there's a lot of hours and a lot of good games. Off the top of my head, I'm probably gonna say Star Wars Galaxies because I played the hell out of that MMO when it first came out.
Yeah, yes, that is on my list too. I can't wait to get into that discussion.
I loved that game. It was funny though. I don't know if I played it too hard, too much, because I loved that for months, and then it was almost like overnight my interest passed, and I don't know why that happened, but I did love that game for, I would guess, 6 months. That I mastered a number of the skill trees and had a couple pet rankers following me around. That was a great freaking game. I loved the combat. I loved the progression. It was great. Graphics were solid. Hey, good job on your test, buddy. I wish I was on holiday.
Love
You
that
bastard.
game. I loved that game. That was. I can't wait to get into my spiel about that one. So,
And
but
then
yeah,
that's funny what you said too about Marvel vs. Capcom, because I have that kind of as a saga as on my list of my goodies, because it kind of started with X-Men: Children of the Atom. It was a Street Fighter type game, just like Marvel vs. Capcom, but it was kind of like the first one in the Marvel series where you had 12 or 16 Marvel heroes. Juggernaut was the size of a building. Wolverine was super fast. Magneto flew. All the characters were super detailed, unique, and great. And that's kind of where that started with the Marvel vs. Capcom, and then they got married after that and had so many great games. But it all began with it was called X-Men: Children of the Atom. And welcome, Brody. And
Brody
grew into an amazing thing.
Brody's a hockey player on my U14 team. So yeah, that's awesome. I hope you're here for some good talks. I know you play some video games, so hopefully you do play some Star Wars games. So.
Yeah, and I hope all our references aren't too old for you. I got some oldies coming.
Yeah, we do. I definitely have some oldies coming.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think about most played by the actual fans? I can't really say on the Marvel side. I'm not really that based in it. But Star Wars wise, it's got to be Knights of the Old Republic. Has to be. I don't know of any other game that was more popular than Knights of the Old Republic for the most played.
I didn't have a whole lot of time to do research on this particular subject area, but looking at some Twitch or data about most popular games now, I know Marvel Rivals is doing incredibly well. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all. It's kind of like in the realm of like an Apex Legends type of game. And I've watched that on Twitch a little bit, but to me, there's just way too much shit going on. There's powers and characters everywhere. It just looks like a firework vomit all over the screen. There's just too much going on. I just get a seizure watching it briefly, so I can't even imagine playing a game like that. But if you can handle everything going on, and just, like I said, a kaleidoscope of nightmares, in my opinion, but apparently it's doing very well. So
awesome.
That's popular right now on the Marvel side. What's kicking on the Star Wars side?
Well, popular right now, it's got to be still Battlefront 2. I can't imagine.
Really?
I mean, I'm going to get into that a little bit later too, but I don't know. Galaxy at War. It's a phone game.
Okay. Hey, think about like mobile.
Yeah, a five-man fighter game. But I'm not big into either one of those. But yeah, most played it's got to be Knights of the Old Republic. So, All right, this is gonna be a good one. I like this one. Chat. By the way, all right, here we go. What is your most played Star Wars and Marvel games? Put it in there. I want to see if there's some. There's got to be a game in there that me and Stuberry have not played. So I really like to hear. Galaxy of Heroes. I like that one. Lucky. Absolutely.
That sounds like a mobile game. Is that the mobile game?
Yeah. The Galaxy of Heroes is
Nice.
a mobile game.
Nice. They need a Star Wars version of like Pokemon Go.
Oh,
You're walking around the
cool.
world, and I don't care if you're blasting random stormtroopers or collecting random Jedi artifacts or Sith artifacts, but I feel like that'd be incredible.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Well, let's get into those later. What we want to happen.
Called Star Wars Go. Yeah. Oh yeah,
All right.
yeah. Getting that later. Jumping ahead.
Overrated. All right, overrated games. Definitely to me, the Lego Marvel. Definitely overrated for me. I thought it was going to be just as good as the Lego Star Wars. It wasn't. I was sorely disappointed. Played for about 2.5 hours, and I was done. That was it.
That's kind of funny because I don't know if I played the Star Wars version. I only played the Marvel version. I think I played maybe like a Harry Potter Lego or some other random ones too. But I expected it to just be really kiddie and dumb and stupid, and I was like, wow. I thought the comedy was pretty good. It was simple, and I felt like there's an explorer's element to it, so the completionist in me wanted to explore every little corner, destroy every single Lego block. I actually really enjoyed it. Overrated? Probably. But my expectations were just so incredibly low that I was surprised and enjoyed playing it for what it was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Star Wars, most overrated. It's got to be Battlefront 2. Pay to win. Those stupid mini boxes you had to buy. Oh, I just can't. Nope. Can't do it. Most overrated's got to be Battlefront 2. And I know the kids love it. And I'm sure they made a lot of money with those, boxes or whatever you want to call those. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, the pay to win's so dumb. I wish they could make some legislation to ban that. I hate it. But I agree with you on that one for sure. Marvel-wise, most overrated. I don't know if I can even say this because I never played any of them, but there's been a couple Spider-Man games that have been really hyped, and I just have zero interest in them whatsoever. I heard the stories are great, the graphics look awesome. I don't like heights. Maybe that's part of it. So swinging around from these top of the buildings with the incredible graphics, maybe that bothers me. I don't know. I like Spider-Man, I have zero interest in those games at all, so if you look at bestsellers and stuff like that for the Marvel side, they're up there. And I can't put my finger on why I don't care, but I just don't. I hope I do care because I hear they're excellent. But so to me, they're overrated because I just don't care. Maybe it's because once upon a time I used to like the overhead view, punching, hack and slash type games, and I just don't anymore. And I feel like maybe it's kind of like a hack and slasher. And 20 years ago, I enjoyed those gameplay styles a lot more. I guess that kind of passed me by.
I stopped liking the overhead hack and slash with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from NES. That was my last hack.
That was the last gem.
It was. All right. Underrated. All right. Underrated game. I would say. Oh man, that's a tough one for me for Marvel. I don't really have maybe the PS2 Spider-Man game. I can't remember what it was called. I just know I played a lot on it. Oh, speaking of that, hey, real quick interjection. Sorry, Penguins just scored. It's 2-1. They're playing the Oilers tonight, so 2-1. But anyway, back to everything. There was a game on PS2. I remember Spider-Man. It was good. I played it for a little bit on and off, but I always kept coming back to it for like an hour just to kill time.
Nice.
But never really got into it. But it must have been something I enjoyed for an hour here, hour there. I was just out of college, so yeah, that's mine for the underrated. And then I'm going to hit you with a classic here, right? Hit you with a classic. Most underrated Star Wars game was TIE Fighter. The original computer game that came out for Star Wars, TIE Fighter was awesome.
I don't know if I ever played that, and when I was a kid, I loved the first-person space shooters when you're in the cockpit, and huge Wing Commander fan. So I don't know how I missed that.
They had two. They had X-Wing, and then they had TIE Fighter. X-Wing came out. It was real clunky, but pixelated, really bad, and then they upgraded it and just switched all the sides, right? They had X-Wing, and then they just switched to the TIE Fighter. You become this TIE Fighter dude, and just go through missions, and it was great.
And you're in the cockpit, right?
Yep, you're right in the cockpit.
Wow. I'll have to check to see if that's on Steam by any chance, because I would happily play that today. I could go back and start playing Wing Commander tomorrow and doing space battles. Lucky, you talking about Rogue Squadron and then some Marvel Strike Force. I remember... It's Marvel Strike Force. Do you have like 3 people on one team and 3 people on another team, and it's like turn-based combat? I never played it, but
I think it's the same thing as the Galaxies, not Galaxies.
Galaxy of Heroes.
Age of yep.
Okay.
I think it's the same thing.
Cool.
It's like a turn-based shooter. So
maybe I'll check that as well. I need to make a list of things to check out.
yeah, I definitely will have to do some more research. We might have to come back to this one here in a little bit.
Part 2.
All right.
Wait, you said TIE Fighter?
Underrated. Yeah, TIE Fighter or X-Wing. It doesn't really matter. They're both classics. I like that. Just TIE Fighter was the better graphics one.
Gotcha. Write them down. Galaxy of Heroes.
All right. What do you got for your underrated?
Underrated for console games. A long time ago, I think it was called Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. You could kind of roam the city and smash cars, make them into boxing gloves. There were a lot of random quests, but it was a unique idea for a superhero game that was just kind of an open world thing, and you're the Hulk and you can run and smash through anything. That is kind of like the Spider-Man game to me. That I had an hour to kill. I'll go smash some stuff and do some side quests. I enjoyed it. Why I enjoy Hulk leaping around the city, smashing stuff, and in the same realm, I don't care at all about Spider-Man swooping around the city, fighting stuff. I don't know, but for whatever reason,
I know why you liked it. Testosterone.
Maybe.
This is you're young and just want to just crush everything. So yeah, I definitely could see that over the Spider-Man.
And Hulk's been a favorite of mine since I was 5 years old, and not that I dislike Spider-Man. I enjoy him, but yeah, it's a childhood favorite in me too. Just yeah. And then also, I'll give a secondary one. There's a card game on the phone, and probably on PC now too. It's Marvel Snap. It's a card game. It's a card collecting. You fight. You have your deck of cards, and you fight someone else's deck of cards. I enjoyed the crap out of that too for a really long time. So if you're bored, and the battles last, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes. They're really quick, and it's kind of cool collecting all the different cards who have different strengths and weaknesses. I really enjoyed that too. I think that was an underrated game.
Nice. And do you have a Star Wars one?
Underrated. Dude, underrated. I can come back to that maybe. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. All right. Most unique. All right. This is the one I had a major problem with on the Marvel side. Because I just don't have the expansion of games. But I guess if I had to pick one of ones I know, probably Rivals. Rivals is probably the most unique. I just thought there was a good depth to that game compared to the other ones I've played. The Lego, I didn't think the Lego one had any depth to it. I think it was good for walking around exploring, but I didn't think there was a ton of depth to it. And Capcom was just a fighting game, so not a lot of depth on that one, not very unique. So, yeah, I'll go Rivals on that just because I don't have an expansion on that. So, on the Star Wars side, however, that's where I got to go with Galaxies. Galaxies was the most unique game of the time, right? It tried to be that World of Warcraft MMO that came out where you were just part of the galaxy. You weren't a Jedi. You weren't a Sith. You were just some dude. Roaming the galaxy, pirating or mining or getting a job or running some missions. It was the coolest game. Complete sandbox. I mean,
It's
complete
great.
sandbox. It was do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want to do it.
Was
And
it?
I really loved it.
I was just trying to think back as to why I lost interest. Was it? I'm trying to remember. I feel
There was
like
no end game.
there's
There's
no
no end
end
game.
game, but I feel like maybe the missions were the same, like three things that rotate all the time. There's the
Yeah,
quest to go here, shoot the
correct.
three snail type things, and then it's like, dude, there's like two quest types, and there's there.
Yeah.
That was popped into my head as one of the biggest problems, lacking variety in the quest system. But the
Oh,
progression was great. I love the
100%
different
agree.
skill trees and everything like that. The fighting
I
was
agree.
great.
It was great, and you could do whatever you wanted. The problem with the game on my end was that they didn't get enough players with enough player to player interaction.
Hmm.
If we would have had a lot more player to player interaction, big space battles. I think that's what Battle Battlestar Galactica did really well. Battlestar Galactica Online did a great job of getting big space battles together. So I think if they could have somehow had big space battles or space pirates or factions, I think it would have been good. But that game was just so good to you could just be whatever you wanted to be. There was no limits, to I don't think there was even a ending to your skill tree, right? You could infinitely level, right? I don't think there was a cap.
Um, I know I was a master creature handler or whatever that was because I know I had the max. I think it was two or three rankers you could have at the same time. So I know I'm pretty sure I was maxed in that skill tree, anyways. But at your point, there was like you could be a pistol gunslinger or whatever. There were I think you could max out just about like every single tree and do any combination of the different things.
Yeah, I think you could. I think your combat maybe never capped. Maybe
Maybe,
maybe your skills capped, but maybe your combat
maybe.
never capped. So, all right, Chad, we got to hear yours now. Underrated. I guess we script underrated and most unique. So put them in there. I want to see it. Star Wars, Marvel, underrated games, most unique games. Surprise us. I want to see something there. Maybe it'll jog my memory. There's some other games that I've played as well. We'll get to our top threes, and then we'll get some honorable mentions. Go from there. So
While you're putting in your messages, chat, Marvel for mine, most unique. I'm going to go with the combination of X-Men Legends and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. X-Men Legends kind of paved the way. It was kind of a RPG style game with the skill trees. It was team-based combat. It had a pretty good story to it, and it kind of led to Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Ultimate Alliance 3, and this RPG style game that was so good. So it started with X-Men Legends. It was a great team-based co-op with the skill trees, leveling up, kind of customizing which way you wanted to go with your heroes, the different combinations of heroes. It was really cool. I can't believe they stopped making those games.
did you say it was a console game or a computer game?
I think I was playing it on Nintendo GameCube way back with X-Men Legends.
Oh wow, that's
Um,
way back.
and then I think all the Ultimate Alliances were probably Xbox 360, probably before Xbox One. But yeah, that was a
Wow.
great 4 or 5 games that came out.
Oh, Star Wars Hunters. Lucky. That's a good one. That's a good one. I haven't heard that game in a long time.
Overwatch-ish, nice. I don't know if I ever heard of that one. I have to check that out too.
I got to write some of these down. So, all right. Yeah, just keep going. All right, top three. Top three. I think everyone's going to kind of know where we're going with these, but go ahead. Go ahead with your top three there, Stuberry.
Let's start with, I'll do my top 3 Marvel. We can do your Marvel, and then we'll go to the Star Wars. And me and Wrecking Ball were
Sounds great.
talking a little bit beforehand. I think we both agreed that Star Wars is pretty dominant in if you did a games war between the two. In my opinion, Marvel came out with an Iron Man movie, then a Captain America movie, a Wolverine movie, and then made 3 shitty games to copy to try to collect on the success of those movies. So there's a crap load of awful Marvel games out there, and there's a couple gems, but for the most part, they suck, and you're wasting your time and money by opening up a lot of these titles. So, starting with Marvel, overall very underwhelming if you look at the catalog of Marvel games out there. But let's start with I'll start with my top three. Let me find my list here. Top three. Actually, I started with where is it? We already touched on it. I said X-Men Children of the Atom, and I'm not going to say too much more about it. Just the fact that it was an amazing fighting game at the time. I think it was probably in high school, middle school maybe when that came out. So going to the arcades back when we actually had arcades and doing a Mortal Kombat type of fighting game that was superhero themed and done so good. I feel like that just opened up a great genre of other fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, 3, those are all great. So I absolutely loved that. That would be my third. Two is another one I just touched on is the X-Men Legends and the Marvel Ultimate Alliance Saga. I already covered everything there. Great 5-game collection series there. And then I'll skip to my top one. I don't know if you'll remember this or not. I'd be surprised if you don't. Back in 1983, there was an X-Men arcade, 6-player co-op. You could be Storm, Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus, the Dazzler, or Nightcrawler. And it was an incredible game. It was very simplistic. If I remember correctly, there was a jump and attack along with a move. And I think this was like the first one of those types of games. At least it's the first one in my memory. Side-scroller, so you and up to 5 friends, family, can all march across the screen and beat the shit out of Sentinels. The stages were great. I think you started in the city. You went to the Savage Land. You went to a mutant factory. You went to Magneto's base on Asteroid M. There were a ton of great mini-bosses. You fought Wendigo, Pyro, the Blob, Juggernaut. I think Mystique was a boss in there too. So great stages, great graphics. 6-player co-op, I feel like was crazy and unheard of at that time.
Great music. Great music.
Great music. Welcome to Die. Great cutscenes. Yeah, the English cutover from wherever it was made in Japan wasn't perfect, but it's still awesome. So it was simple enough that anyone could play it. If you had to get your mom to like come in and help you, and it was simple. She did 2 buttons. It's hard to mess up. The powers were great. No,
that came out in '83 as an arcade game. Was it? For some reason, I remember it being 4-player, not 6-player. So how did
there were different versions?
Player? Oh, okay, all right. Because I know the one we played in the Americade in the Butler Mall back in God knows when, probably 89. There was a 4-player one. It had blue buttons, red joystick. And that was such a good game. I was always Wolverine. Loved being Wolverine.
Oh, so good, so good. I like switching it up. I don't even know if dude. It's like you have your favorites, but it's
these
like,
kids have no idea what it would be like for us as in an arcade. I mean, I can't begin to fathom what Andy and Calvin would do if they walked into like an actual arcade when we were kids. I mean, it was the best thing ever.
That's
$10.
so great.
You could be there all day for $10.
That's why Chuck E. Cheese would be the highlight of my life from being whatever 5 years old to I don't know 14, 12 maybe. I don't know.
Now you go to Chuck E. Cheese. That's like $3 a game.
I haven't been there in such a long time. I couldn't even tell you. I didn't even. Wouldn't shock me if you told me they just have a bunch of iPads on sticks that you go around and play the different iPad games.
Skee ball. Lots of skee ball.
Okay. I do remember skee ball.
So, all right. So those are your 3, right?
Those are my 3.
All right. Marvel. Don't got very many again, so I'll go with my third. Lego Marvel probably would be my number 3, just because I don't have an extensive play time on a lot of those. It was okay.
Say it again. Which one?
The Lego Marvel.
Okay.
That was probably my third. I mean, I enjoyed playing with the kids. Kids liked it.
I feel like that's a huge thing too. Anything co-op. Yeah, you're trying to get your girlfriend into video games for the first time. It doesn't get much more simple and cutesy than a Lego game.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great thing, cutesy. Second, I'm not gonna. Is that PS2 Spider-Man game? Again, I just went to it and played it on an hour here, hour there. So I just kept going and getting it. I did like the bosses. They had like cool sunglasses. They looked like henchmen. So it was cool to win or to beat that game. But
Speaking
again,
of
I was right
Spider-Man
out of
games,
college.
dude, why? I don't think they've made an amazing Venom game. I feel like it'd be so easy to make an incredible dark Venom game. I'd play that in a heartbeat.
I agree. I probably would too, especially if it was some sort of maybe not like an open sandbox, but maybe like a kind of a mission guided.
Give me a skill tree. I want these different symbiote.
MMO a little bit.
I want some alien symbiote powers to level up and unlock.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. And then my number one, obviously, Marvel vs. Capcom. I remember playing that game in Marshall Lem's basement for hours. He loved that game, and they would just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight, and it was cool. Cool sleepover night game. You could just play that all night with no issues. You know, you play a little bit, go get something to eat, come back. So.
Sag is a Sarlacc. Sarlaccian bastard.
Oh, Sarlacc. Oh,
Who
man.
painted the ball pit?
And there is no game with a Sarlacc in it. Or just a Rancor, right?
Ridiculous.
Rancor's the only one? Yeah, we're going to have to get us. We need a Sarlacc game, Star Wars. We need a Sarlacc game.
Get on it!
All right, I'll go right into my top 3 Star Wars, and you can finish up. Number 3, this is going to maybe a bad, hot take, I don't know, but Knights of the Old Republic 2. It was good, but I wasn't a huge fan of Kodar. I wasn't. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I wasn't in love with it. Played it a bunch, but yeah, I just wasn't into it like everybody else was. Everybody else was playing it nonstop. All my Star Wars friends, and I didn't get into it.
Is that the RPG one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Second one, played a crap ton out of because it had the coolest little feature, and I know it wasn't a huge hit of it, but played it for hours. Was Empire at War. That was a game that was like an Age of Empires-esque, but it had this little button that said movie theme, and so while you're in a battle, you could hit this button, and in the whole battle that you're doing, it becomes cinematic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it was so cool, and it would like do cutscenes to all the different, battles. You would have like an X-wings fighting the TIE fighters, and then you would have the Star Destroyers against the Corellian ships, and you'd have the Death Star against some sort of what do you want to call that? A shield. I can't remember. Shield generator or something. It was cool. It just cut to all these cool scenes, and then it would take you onto the planet, and the cinematic would be the land battle. So it was like watching Return of the Jedi, but you were in control of the battle.
That's awesome.
So it was cool, and there were a ton of new mods for it, so that you could like max out populations. You could have like 500 ships against 500 ships if you modded it.
Did it have like during the cinematics? Did you have some Matrix slow motion kills or some slow motion crazy stormtrooper blast miss all over the place?
No,
or was it all real time?
I think it was all real time.
Okay,
I'll have
just
to go
curious.
back and look. I'll have to go back and look, but like there was one time I used a video editor, and I actually made like a little movie out of it, and I did it for a project in college. So
Nice.
I wonder where that is. I bet you I could find that in my old college stuff. But yeah, Empire at War, great game. The cinematic, it made the game. It was Age of Empires-ish on steroids. You could have the land battle and the space battle. So, and then my number one, we've already hit it a million times. Star Wars Galaxies, great game. So much to do. I wish it would have really taken off like World of Warcraft did, because if it did, it might still be the biggest. I mean, World of Warcraft's still really big. That Galaxies game had so much potential.
It did? Do you think maybe they rushed it, and maybe they should have polished up a couple more things, polished up the PvP a little bit more, add more quest variety? I feel like if they just had more guts out the gate, more content, dude, you might have kept me for another year or two pretty easily, because I was hooked.
I think they were competing with Conan and trying to get that out before Conan came out, because Conan kind of really took off too. So, and then then all of a sudden, World of Warcraft came on the scene in 2002, and that was it. Because
Yeah.
Galaxies, I think, came out in '98. Conan came out in '99. World of Warcraft came out in 2002. So I think that's what it did. So
Okay.
all right, wow, SAG Star Wars Racer on the N64. I think that was my first Star Wars. Was that my first Star Wars console game?
Was that pod racing?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly what it was. That might be my first console Star Wars game. No. I played the Return of the Jedi on the Super NES. So, but yeah, that was a good one. Star
Nice.
Wars Race was definitely a good one. All right, what do you got?
Star Wars list. Number 3 is what we just talked about. Galaxies. So.
Nice.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I want to add to what we just did. No, it was great. It's great. So moving on to 2. I actually had Knights of the Old Republic, the old school RPG games, as my number 2. Both of them put together. I was just super in love with any RPG at the time. I thought they did a great job with the stories, the characters. I loved being able to choose your own dialogue, and I love leveling up characters. So I loved both of those stories.
Story was amazing. Is it the best storied game out there?
Top 3 easily for me. Top 5, top 3. Man, yeah, it's so good. And that was just at a time in my life where I was in love with RPGs, and I still love RPGs, but that was like my passion at that point. So, killer game. I bet I could replay it and start to finish pretty damn quick on both of those. So
I cannot think. I'm trying to think of a better storied game than Knights of the Old Republic.
I think the story in that was better than all the prequels. At least it was done better than all the prequels. I mean, yeah, it was so good. It was
so good. So good.
Then I have a wildly different game for my number 1.
Okay.
I think this came out in the early 80s.
Oh, man, you're going way back again.
Way back. It's in the same genre almost of that TIE fighting game you're talking about. Going into Chuck E. Cheese. You walk into the Star Wars cockpit, and you start immediately blasting things on the Death Star while you're in your X-Wing. Crazy little Atari graphics, awesome soundtrack. Stage 1, you fly through, you do the cockpit run, whatever the fuck that is, where you drop the torpedoes into the Death Star, blow it up, and then you immediately get into dogfights with the TIE fighters, and now the Death Star has turrets up, and it's way more difficult. And I think there might have been 3 different stages, and each time there were more TIE fighters, more stuff on the Death Star to try to shoot you down. But for 80s video game audio, it was so good. So I feel like that opened the door for all the Wing Commander games, any other space combat. I feel like that was the first gem into space combat. Once again, if I walked into an arcade tomorrow and saw that there, I'd sit there for a couple hours easy.
I'm trying to think if there was any other space games at all in the arcade besides. What was it called? Do you remember what it was called? Was it called Death Star?
I think it was just called Star Wars.
Oh, just called Star Wars?
Because I tried looking it up and it just said Star Wars 1982 arcade.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there was any other ship games. Come on, chat. There's got to be somebody else that maybe as old as we are and went to an arcade.
Went to an arcade and flying.
There was no Star Trek at that time.
That could have been cool. Man, I just know, I think it was probably the early 90s when I played my first Wing Commander game on I think it might have been the regular Nintendo. That was great. It was a huge visual upgrade to the 1982 version, obviously, like 10 years later. But, yeah, the Wing Commander games were amazing, too. And I feel like that Star Wars it wasn't black and white, but might as well have been for how it looked. But
you can buy it. It's on EA Games for $4.99 right now.
Oh, baby. EA Games.
I'm trying to see what year it came out. 1990. 1990, Wing Commander came out.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Great. So that has to be NES, right? Because Super NES didn't come out till '92, right?
I'm almost positive it was
Yeah.
regular Nintendo.
Yeah. Wow. 8-bit.
Oh yeah, dude.
8-bit game.
So I see Rogue Squadron for Lucky Chief, and that's definitely was in my list of honorable mentions. There were a couple Rogue Squadron gems, if I remember correctly. A lot of Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo ones. Shadows of the Empire. I have not heard of that one. Is that
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up now. I don't know what it was on.
Shadows of the Empire? Interesting. Honorable
So it
mentions.
came out in 1996 for Windows and for the N64. It was a LucasArts game. Okay, so that would have been right around. Would have been right after Return of the Jedi came out then, for the Super NES.
N64, nice.
So it's interesting. It's a shooter, third-person shooter, and vehicle combat. Okay, interesting. There's a Boba Fett's in it. Interesting. You're at Echo Base. It's almost like Shield Generator game. Huh. Well, we got to update. I think 3-1 Oilers. Oilers on the Penguins. It stinks. Anyway, you want to go in your honorable mentions?
Yeah. Man, my list is sitting on my desk or either at the printer at the office. But I remember off the top of my head, I had Dark Forces on there. Did you ever play Dark Forces?
Oh, that was a great game. That was a great game. I did like that one.
So, if you haven't played Dark Forces, imagine playing old school, the original Doom, but replace those little pixelated characters with stormtroopers, and a little better graphics than that. And that, yeah, there's Dark Forces 1 and Dark Forces 2, I believe. They were both great. Do you have any honorable mentions while I'm trying to think of some of my other ones?
Oh yeah, so Republic Commando was one of my favorites. Played a lot of that. It is 20 years old, actually. That's how I found it. It's got a 10 out of 10 on Steam, and if you haven't played it, go get it. It's like $9 on Steam right now.
Excellent.
It's a good game, good RPG game. Graphics are terrible, but it's a tactical first-person shooter. Love it.
So graphics don't
Absolutely
matter.
love it. Yep. It's a good classic. I also have some other ones, but tell me if you have anything else that you want to mention first before I go to my next one.
The original Battlefronts I think they were on the original Xbox. I really enjoyed both of them.
I don't know if I played that one. You said it's on the Xbox?
It was the original Xbox. I think the second one came out in 2005. The original was probably a few years before that. But you just there were huge battles. You ran in as a stormtrooper, and I think there were 2 or 3 different classes you could choose between. But they were just massive space battles, or not space battles, ground battles with different objectives in between them.
Oh wow!
And
I see that. Yeah,
wasn't the best graphics either, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
heck of a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we had Xbox Live. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I remember Xbox Live. Yeah, a lot of parties back then.
Yeah, new games used to be affordable, not like super cheap, but they weren't $70 freaking dollars.
That's true. Next one I got to go. Honorable mention is Jedi Fallen Order. I did like Fallen Order. I thought it had a good story. I just think that I don't think that Star Wars fans were ready for that game. I think that's they were kind of mad about George Lucas not getting the stuff together for the new ones. And out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Like Star Wars wasn't. I think if it was now and that something like that came out, I think people would love it. But at that time, there was nothing in the works for anything big coming out. So yeah, that's my other one. I'll say one more real quick. Lego Star Wars. Those were good. All of them. They were good just to waste some time, play with the kids. I have a lot of fond memories playing Lego Star Wars with the kids. So
good.
Those are mine.
Okay, so over to Marvel. Marvel honorable mentions. Uh, I just get depressed looking at this list. To me, it's like a lot of awful cash grab games off of movies. Is there anything here that I'd recommend playing?
I don't have any. I hate to say it. I know that might be a terrible thing to say, but I got no honorable mentions for a Marvel game.
2 seconds
I wish
here.
they'd come out with a sweet. I wish they'd come out with a Sweet Storm game, but yeah, I don't know. Almost like a witches game. I don't know, but yeah, I don't have anything for Marvels. I can't. I looked at some, I don't see it.
There was, let me find it. It was a Spider-Man game. I think it was for Xbox 360. It was Spider-Man Friend or Foe. And basically, I think it was a co-op type game. And you started the game. I forget who was on your team. You could pick Spider-Man, Cloak and Dagger, maybe. There were a handful of heroes. But then when you beat it, I think you unlocked a villain, and then you could, whoever you're playing with, you could start using that villain to go through the campaign again, and you just kept unlocking villains that you could use as your teammates. It was an interesting concept. It was different, and the combat was decent. So that wasn't bad. Let me just double check here real quick to see. There's got to be more stuff that I've played than that. Spider-Man, X-Men Legends, yeah, these are. It just looks like a lot of terrible, terrible games. Now, there's a game or two I will say that I would like to play at some point. Midnight Suns is an RPG type-ish game. I'm not paying full price for it. It has mixed reviews. I think that's it. On my games I'd like to play. I might play Guardians of the Galaxy game. That had decent reviews too. Decent. Marvel Deadpool VR. I would love to play that. Unfortunately, it's only on Quest 3, and I only have a Quest 2. I feel like superhero stuff could be incredible in VR, so...
Did you ever play Wolverine's Revenge on the Xbox?
I don't think so.
No, I for some reason it's popping into my mind that I played it before, but yeah, it's not ringing a bell. So
There's about 50, maybe more than that. There's so many Marvel games listed here, and I would guarantee the average score is probably 2 out of 10 on most of those. So, a lot of terrible cash grab games out there for Marvel. Unfortunately, most of them suck.
nice. Well, I know. Who was it? Was it
Marvel
it
Puzzle
SAG?
Quest. Good call.
Was it SAG who said they played the pod racing game?
Yeah.
All right. So, do we have the trailers? Do we have the trailers to play?
I don't have a third window I can open up, but we can just I can click on a window and it'll just go straight to the trailer.
All right. Yeah. So there is a new pod racing game just came out, or just been announced. I shouldn't say came out. Just been announced for Star Wars. I'm not super excited about it. It looks cool, but yeah. So we're gonna play the trailer for you, and
Then we'll talk about
tell
it.
me what you think. Yep. Go ahead.
All right, let's see. 2 seconds, bud. Yeah, I don't think that had any audio. I apologize. I tried figuring it out. Subtitles. Thank you. There you go.
Yep. Well, I mean, I guess just what right off the bat, it looks kiddie to me. It looks very, very kiddie. But I haven't done any research on it yet because I don't want to be disappointed. But I'm really hoping, really, really hoping that it's got like super engineering,
That'd be cool.
aerodynamics, thrusts. I hope it's like super customizable, like everything that you can tweak, air in, air out. I mean, I just hope it's super customizable, and it makes it very, very makes it very, very complicated. I hope it's a complicated game.
I just had to stick an emote in there for Ollie. I know you're talking about thrusters, and so stick a big old button there.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
Unfortunately, I haven't been excited about racing games really since old school Mario Kart and F-Zero, so it's not really been a genre I've been too excited about. But if it's something different and catches my eye once it comes out, I'll check her out.
Yep, I agree. I agree. I am way more interested in the next game.
Good.
I think the next game could be more. I want to know more about it. Star Wars does not give us a lot of information on this game, so
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I don't know. I think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to go the same route as like a Battlefront. So I think it's got to be something different. It's got to be something different. So do we have that trailer we could play?
I think I'll do. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm gonna make sure I play the right one. Public. There it is. Okay. Give me 2 seconds here. I'll see if I can. Okay. I agree. I don't know anything at all about that.
Yeah, and there's not much on it. Like, I guess from what we do know, you're going to be a Force user. I don't know if you're on the dark side or the light side. It doesn't really say. There's just a quote says Disney Games Group boss Jay Ang says their vision for Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic is exactly the kind of ambitious, high-quality experience we want to deliver for our players. So it's going to be interesting. It says using state-of-the-art technology and game design and an all-new story crafted specifically to deliver on a combination of player agency and immersion in Star Wars. That was at the heart of Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah, I mean, don't know much. We know it's going to be a story. I just would like to know: are you a light user? Are you dark user? Do you get to pick? So, I don't know.
I don't know either,
The
man. Looks
the developer does say he doesn't want to give away too much, but every decision deepens the player's journey. So, if that's the case, I assume it's a, pick your dialogue, right? Game, right?
I
If
sure
I'm
hope
reading that
so.
correctly?
I sure hope so. That
That would be
scratch an
awesome.
itch for me that I haven't scratched in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those games I'm like, I might want to check this one out and stay on it now. So, well, my friend, it's been a great hour. I mean, that was good discussion. I thought you took me back. I think it's awesome. I really do.
A lot of gems.
I think there were a lot of good gems in there. So,
One last trailer?
yeah. What do we got?
It's a short one.
Okay.
2 seconds, I'll throw it up here.
Lucky, I think you hit the nail on the head on that one. That is brutal.
Dude, I just got done saying how
Brutal.
not interested in like hack and slash type games anymore, and I totally take that back. It's just so brutal. I want to play it immediately.
It is brutal. Man, I wonder if it is a slash game, or do you think it's a story game?
I would guess it's a hack and slash with some good story to it. At least I hope it's some good story. I don't know if you noticed Omega Red in there. He's one of my favorite all-time villains. I'm very excited to see him in that. Have him beat my ass a little bit, punch him in the face a few times.
Well, I've liked some Insomniac games in the past. Loved Ratchet and Clank. That was a great game that Insomniac came out with, and I did like Spyro. I thought the Spyro had a good story, so I'm hoping this is kind of a, just keep going with it. And that actually looks really good. I mean, it's brutal though. Man, is that brutal.
Rated R, or is there anything in video games higher than R? I feel like it's that, whatever.
Yeah, MA.
Oh, I mean, I guess Insomniac.
NR.
I guess Insomniac did make some of these Spider-Man games that are so highly praised that I haven't touched. I might have to go back and play them, I guess.
Yep. Yeah,
Cool.
it looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That looked pretty good. So,
Solid
all
hour, my
right.
friend. Solid hour.
Well, yeah, that was a great hour. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe to Stewberry. I know a lot of the hockey kids were in there tonight, so I want to thank Brody and Blainer for stopping by. I can't wait to see you guys at practice
Yeah, thank you,
tomorrow.
boys.
And Calvin and Andy, I know they stopped by to see how things were going. And anybody else who stopped by, I know Justin Schmiedel, I sent it to him. He was asking about it, so it's good to see him. And then obviously our awesome regulars, Lucky, Ollie, Sag.
Appreciate you
We
guys.
missing anybody? We missing anybody else tonight?
Those were the regulars.
Awesome. All right. Well, till next time, we'll have something going on here. Saturday, I will be out. I have a figure skating show that I have to be at, so I will not be available unless you want to do something in the morning.
We'll figure it out.
I'm not going to be able to do anything Saturday, but
It's going to be pretty busy with Christmas around the corner here, so we'll have to figure it out and nail down a day or two.
yep, might have to be a couple quick ones. Maybe
Yeah.
do a couple shorts.
Couple short battles, maybe here and there.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, Stu, thank you very much for another great hour. It was a pleasure. And everybody, you guys have a great night. See you next time.
Love you guys, chat. Have a good one.